old-fashioned way, like we found the synthetic on the ship.
You found the synthetic?
We found half the synthetic, sir.
Jesus, Mary, we had 2 civvies on that boat.
Yes, sir. One, Ellen Ripley and Carter J. Burke. Ripley has the last 2 entries, both entering and exiting a cryotube.
They've given us a lot of freedom at 20th Century Fox. Fox has been really cool about it. They want us to stay within the canon of the movies. So this game takes place after Alien 3, but it is a spiritual sequel to Aliens. So it really lets us be in the boots of the Colonial Marines then. But it also, Fox has let us really kind of delve into the Aliens sort of hive life cycle and all of those kind of things. So we've been able to dig in there and kind of create some new aliens that make sense for gameplay, because making a game is very different than making a movie. So you need different requirements. But they've been very cool with it. So it's been a really exciting experience to work with those guys. Well, we've been able to expound upon the kind of things that Cameron had done in the first, he's such a great engineer, coming up with the pulse rifle and then being able to do things like figuring out how to give it a rail system so that you can put things like sights and scopes and things like that, just basically expanding on what he's already been doing, right? So that's one area, is from the, sort of like the technology of the warfare side of it. That's been one place that we've been able to play around with. Settings, we're dealing with a lot of different settings than were in the movie, but at the same time we're able to kind of come back to some of those settings and be a part of it. So, kind of do some fan service and see things that we've always wanted to see. We have worked with some of the original concept artists from the film, and so Sid Mead, who designed the Sulaco and basically designed the future for most of us, from Blade Runner to whatever, but he designed the Sulaco and has helped us to re-envision some of the interiors of some of our settings. He did some things on Hadley's Hope as far as the designs go, so it's been a great honor to work with him. Plus, we've been able to work with some people like a bunch of different concept artists that have been, around in the industry for a while, that have, kind of heavy hitters as far as like doing sort of digital painting conceptualization. That's been very good. Well, the game is pretty diverse in the ways in which we're dealing with scares, and when we're dealing with tension, and when we're dealing with high action. So we want to make sure that there's times when, it makes a lot of sense to be scared, but we also want to have those moments where there's a lot of aliens, there's a lot of firepower, and we're able to use a lot of really cool military weapons from the future on these extremely lethal Xenos. The game is based on Unreal Engine, the Unreal Engine, and what we've done is we've taken a core component, which is the rendering section of the engine, and we've really heavily modified it. So what we wanted to do was create a lighting scheme where you can really have a lot of shadows, but also have some really cool, basically lit transparency and lit fog and those kind of things. All the kinds of things that you expect out of an Aliens game need to be there, and so we've worked heavily to get this to have extremely dense sort of scenes, and then have the lighting be able to play on that really well. The fan reaction has been exceptional. I mean, I think anybody that has a love for Aliens has been extremely happy with how we've treated things like the pulse rifle, how we've dealt with the Xenos, and the settings, of course, because we're big fans as well, so we definitely listen to what everybody wants, listening to the forums, bringing in people to test our games and those sort of things. We're able to really kind of hone in on what it is to, to be a true Alien Colonial Marines game.